Everybody, Sean here, Park City Harvest, reporting to you live from sunny Florida. We do have a few clients out here, so what we're going to do today is, this here is a connect tree. Unfortunately, based off of its location, it is throwing a lot of shade, and our customer wanted a garden, and they're not able to have one because of this. So this tree will eventually get removed, but they do want to keep this for all the beneficial factors of the fruit itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone this tree, and we're going to get a jump start on the cloning of it by cloning it through the way of air layering. This form of propagation is going to allow us to create a brand new cutting and a brand new tree without actually removing anything from the tree. So the cutting itself will still be receiving all its nutrients from the mother plant, from the tree itself, but it will be doing so in a way where it can still produce its own roots, which will then sever it and plant it as a brand new tree. So to do that, we do have one example here that we started with, and we're going to go through those steps right now. We're going to use this shoot here. The reason why we are using this shoot is because it is lower to the base and closer to the inside of the tree, so it is ontogenetically more juvenile, and more juvenile tissue will, lend itself better to different cloning techniques. It'll be more in a position age-wise for it to produce either roots or shoots to survive. And in this case, we have all of the shoots we need, so we'll be going through some steps to provide the roots. So we'll trim a few of these branches off, just to kind of clean it up and give it some space to work with. And then we'll get into our technique here. Now that we've done that, and again, always make sure all your pruners or all your cutting utensils are sharp, and make sure that they are sterilized and sanitized, so that way you don't transfer any type of diseases to any of the trees at all. So we're going to take a small knife here. Again, make sure that it's sharp. Sharp knife is the safest knife. And we're going to remove a section of the bark. And we are going to go all around the tree. And this way, but we're not going to go too deep so we don't damage the xylem or the phloem. Those are, in a sense, the vascular system that transports both water and nutrients up and down the tree. So when we do expose this, as a response to it, the tree will either try to seal or protect the wound, or in our case, when we are going to put some soil in contact with it, it will elicit a wound response of it producing actual roots. So we're going to go along to do that with, and sorry for this, a little out of order, but when you do this, you are going to need a piece of foil, a plastic Ziploc bag, or a bread bag, that works as well, and just something to tie it off with, whether it be some type of twist ties or even some string if you have it. So we're going to go ahead and expose that piece of the bark here. And you are going to want to go all the way around the actual trunk of the, or the stem of your cutting. It does not need to be exactly perfect. If there are some spots where you miss, where there's a little bit of bark left, that's fine. It's best to go not too deep versus going too deep and, girdling the trunk, and then that way it'll cause irreparable damage. So now we're going to go ahead, take our plastic bag here. And this here is just to hold the root ball of the soil that you're the soil ball that you're gonna create. So again, it doesn't need to be exactly perfect. It just needs to be able to fit around the tree itself. We're going to use our twist ties here just to secure it in place. We're going to secure the bottom first. Once the bottom is secured, you're just going to take some soil. You do want your soil to be pre-moistened. You just want it just wet enough so that way when you form a ball, it doesn't fall apart right away in your hand. But you do want it dry enough to where it will crumble apart if need be. So that way it's not overly moist. Now, once you have that in contact with everything, we're going to take our other twist tie here and we're going to close the bottom, we're going to close the top of this off. Then your foil, what your foil is for is if you're in any areas where you will have any type of direct sun contact or direct sunlight, just to keep down the greenhouse effect of it, because you don't want to cook the roots or cook anything that's in there. That's what the foil is for. So the plastic itself will create that microclimate. It will maintain both your humidity and moisture level, and the foil itself just keeps it from going overboard and creating a greenhouse effect. So once that is done there, we're all set. You just want to check on it every few days. Just give it a little bit of water just to keep the soil from drying out. And within 3 to 4 weeks, you should see some results and you will see your actual roots coming out. Once you do see those roots, what you're going to do is, again, take a set of clean, sharp pruners, and you're just going to want to sever it somewhere below where you do see the roots have been exposed, and you'll be able to go off and you'll plant that in your new location, and you'll have a 2 to 3 year jump start on having a new tree. So I hope this helped. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to hit us up in the comment section. And also for any type of growing materials, supplies, or any type of merchandise, you can always visit us at pchbpt.com. Once again, hope everybody having a happy growing season, and we're always here to help.